Good evening. Once again, we return to the story of Caius, Spellsword, Dunmer, Eternal Champion, former agent of the Underking. Former agent of the Emperor, current head of the Blades in Vardenfell, Auditor of the Great Houses, Nerevarine, currently a member of the East Empire Company, and I think it's high time I figured out what happened here.
Anything I can do for you?
As much as I've enjoyed Solstheim, I need to remember exactly where I'm at, so we've done the escort. I believe I need to head out to the north. I'm just trying to catch up on a couple of my details on the map here. Okay, so Skull Village is pending. Now, curses, just a second. Let's take a look at the clues that we've got from the poisoner.
I met Severia Gratius, guard at Fort Frostmoth. Gratius has been ordered to solve the mystery of a recent rash of moon sugar poisonings here on Solstheim. Several people, including a cult priest at Frostmoth, have been mysteriously afflicted with temporary moon sugar euphoria, and the Imperial suspect foul play. Gratius is in charge of the investigation. I have agreed to help her to discover the identity of the moon sugar poisoner and bring him to justice. One of the victims, the Imperial cult priest Jeline, glimpsed a man with a unique white Colovian fur helm leaving the scene of the crime. I am to find and kill this man and bring Gratius the white helm as proof. Before I leave Frostmoth, I must question Jeline at the cult shrine. He may have more information. Right, so... I questioned Jeline at the Imperial Cult Shrine a week ago. After drinking some wine, Jeline began to feel the effects of moon sugar euphoria. He claims that while in his drugged state, he saw a frail old man, probably not a Nord, wearing a white Colovian fur helm. Jeline can't fully trust his recollections, but he thinks he remembers the man singing a silly song, something about candy and a workshop in the snow with lanterns all aglow.
That's all of my tasks. Let's just make sure that the East Empire Company doesn't have anything else to do.
How can I help?
What is it, clerk? Is this about your current assignment? I don't have any work for you right now. Check back when the construction has progressed some.
All right. Then I think the next step is to go to...
Go ahead. Stuck here.
Well,
I think at this point we need to go to Skull Village. It's unlikely we're going to find the individual with the white hat inside of the fort. How are we for weight? It's a bit heavy. If I can sell some of the heavier stuff first, so much the better.
So what's this about?
Terrible stuff happening here, but I've got business to attend to. What do you need?
It's a start. Still doesn't cover most of the weight. What am I carrying that's so heavy? Ah.
I've got nothing more.
Still not great, but it'll hold for now.
what did I do to deserve this honor?
Now that I think of it, there is something rather amusing about selling all the booze. $332.
Stuck here. I'll die.
Stay as long as you like, friend. It would be a privilege.
I thought there might have been more. I thought there might have been more people to sell to. I would have sold more of the booze. I'm taking a somewhat roundabout way just so that I can explore more of the area. I'll still head east when I can, but at the moment I'll enjoy the bracing weather.
You will die where you stand!
It's trying to be subtle. Good for practice. Oh wow, I'm really off course. Just let me get the body. It's the fantasy version of Old Yeller. It's pretty clear I'm going to need to do some Restore Magicka at this point. Let's find the heaviest and carry on. Alright, we're ready to get back on track now. Or as close as on track can be with all this wildlife coming after me. Boars. My apologies, bristleback. Well, we're doing well for items I can sell later.
You're dead already.
Could have sworn that was an entrance. So either I ran out of gems, or, oh wow. I might have just wasted a bunch of, greater soul gems without realizing it. Oh well.
You're dead already. I need to figure out what I can and can't trap. Fortunately here, I have a bunch of extra magicka, and in fact, this is going to be very silly, but I get a chance to practice a little destruction too. Alright, so wolves are still fair game. It's been a pretty productive little outing. We've got we've gotten another slice of the map taken care of. We're getting closer to the village. And hopefully when we get back, the East Empire Company will have another task. I wonder what's causing that light. Not curious enough to go in the water. While I'm at it, though, I'll see if I can sell off some items at Thrisk. Assuming I can find it again.
I'm ready for anything. Go ahead.
I am not getting fat.
Enjoy our
These
mead
furs are
and
shrinking.
All right. So they don't have anything. Can I? Yeah, I was trying to think if I'd be able to.
all this, and in the spring, mud and flies, too.
I was thinking I might be able to trade for something a little bit more useful to me, but they don't have anything. All right, then we head straight to the village.
Hail, traveler. I'd tell you about my wares, but by now you're probably well aware of my craftsmanship. My weapons are unmatched. I make a lot of fine bear and wolf armor and that many of Solstheim's Nords are so fond of. I must admit, though, I'm growing very weary of patching together the same old wolf and bear pelts. In truth, I long to test my abilities and make some custom fur armor using the pelts of Solstheim's more exotic animals.
Tell me more.
Roaming the wilds of Solstheim are seldom seen elusive species of wolf and bear. They're called snow wolves and snow bears because of their white fur. It is said that the pelts of these animals have innate magical qualities that help guard against Solstheim's brutal frost and snow. Just think of the armor I could create with such materials. If you were to provide me with the pelts and enough gold, I would gladly make you a set of custom wolf armor or snow bear armor.
Have you made this before?
It's simple. You bring me the snow wolf pelts and gold, and I'll make a piece of custom light snow wolf armor. I even have a special method for trading the fur that will enhance the natural protective properties against frost. Whatever you order, it will be ready within 24 hours. Take this scroll. It lists my prices and requirements for each piece of armor. If you're interested and have enough pelts and gold, talk to me again. I'll fire up my forge, and you'll have your new armor in a day.
Well, for now, let's see what kind of trade we can do. Worth a shot. Yeah, I guess I could get that from the meat hall.
Eric, that pompous ass is dead. May the worms feast on his rotting corpse for 1,000 years.
Fair enough. Wasn't exactly looking for a fight, but
You will die where you stand!
Not a bad weapon. Seems like there is something I can do in here. Makes me wonder if I've passed by other places like this and I haven't realized. Oh, good lord. Alright, well, let's get this over with. This better be worth it. No introduction. Hey, I got it all. Alright, let's read these orders.
Therever, I'm tired of waiting. The hell with the Dark Brotherhood. The hell with the Morag Tong. You're all I need. Find those damn slaves and bring them back. If they won't come back, kill them. Actually, just kill them. They're a damaged product and I don't need the aggravation. You've never let me down before, and I know you won't let me down now. K.
I don't know what that notification I just got was. Oh wow, there's a lot here. Can't get away with a 30. It's actually not worth that much anyway. These are though. I'll take the one. I'm gonna have to make some tough inventory choices soon, I think. I think that's it so far as the other details are concerned.
When I have the hammer equipped, I get a little bit of a bonus. Feel a little bad picking on the little guys. Bonewalkers are the ones I fear the most just because of their ability to drag down my strength. Alright, I'm intrigued as to who this is.
Have you met my love, Brandir?
What can you tell me about Skull?
They live in the village in the northeastern coast of Solston. They hold the island's bears and wolves in very high regard.
Oh, I should not try to sell the pelts then. What about Lake Fjelding?
It's toward the northeast of the island. It's covered by ice year-round.
Antonius Nunkius.
Antonius Hucius? Never heard of him.
Fair enough. What about Raven Rock?
Raven Rock is on the southern shore toward the west end of the island. Its name comes from the black coloring caused by all the ebony ore to be found there.
What about Solston itself?
What can I say? Snow, animals, and Nords. That about sums the place up.
Therisk.
Therisk is a mead hall. It's just to the east of Lake Fjelding.
Alright. Brandir.
Let me introduce you to Erna. She and I have a love my wife would never understand.
Oh dear. Alright, tell me about Falco.
Falco who? Never heard of him.
Alright, I'm gonna leave you two to it.
It's a hard life, but it's fair.
always weirded out whenever I hear those sounds. So apparently both of these are Skull Village, which makes me a little concerned.
You are not of the Skull. Speak with Tharston Heartfang in the Great Hall. He's our leader, and he will deal with you. I found the Nord village. The people here have told me to speak to Tharston Heartfang, their leader. He is in the Great Hall.
I'm ready for anything.
What do you want, stranger? The Skull wish you no harm, but you will mind your manners while you're within our walls. We will make no exceptions. Now, what is this I hear about an attack on the Imperial fort? Those soldiers? They cut their trees and dig their holes and have little to show for it after a day's toil. But they do not respect this land or its creatures, and for that I find them offensive. But, though I have no love for them, the Skull would never do such a thing. We prefer to let Imperials kill themselves slowly. But these creatures that attacked, these were not wolves of the island. Now, have you finished your business here? You say you've brought the bones of one of our ancestors. Stupid Imperials. They need to learn to leave things as they are. Still, it is good that you've returned this to the Skull. Perhaps there is hope for you and your kind. You are welcome here for the moment, but there is much to atone for.
Tell me more.
The Imperials in their fort have brought nothing but harm to these lands. They cut the trees and dig the earth. They are wasteful, lazy, and careless. They have no comprehension of the oneness of the land. It is this oneness from which the Skull derive our strength. And the Imperials have defiled these lands.
Tell me about the Skull first. Alright, then tell me about the oneness.
This is what gives the Skull power. It is the balance of our lands, the trees and the waters, the wolf and bear. The Imperials have no respect for this balance, and we pay the price.
Alright, let's talk about defiling the land.
Through their carelessness, the Imperials have upset the natural order, the oneness of the land. This is their nature. It must be balanced once again, and the Allmaker appeased. I wish for you to make things right, Caius. You will be the one to restore the power of the Skull. It is right that you do this, as it is your people who have caused the damage. Speak with Korst Windeye in the Shaman's hut. He will give you further instructions.
Alright, let's talk about the wolves.
Wolves are the most blessed of the Allmaker's creations. They are fast and agile, and they are careful and clever hunters.
Fair enough. Can you tell me anything about Raven Rock?
I've heard of no such place.
Alright, what about Carnius Magius?
That name is not known to me.
What can you tell me about the Reeklings then?
I cannot count the number of them I have bloodied my axe with. They are creatures hardly worthy of a warrior's attention. Mindless beasts.
Alright, let's just get to the Shaman's hut then.
Greetings to you, Wanderer. Why have you come to our village?
I'm looking for you.
I am Korst Windeye. How may I help you?
I need to talk to you about restoring the power of the Skull.
Heartfang wishes for you to do this, does he? Then I will assist you. There is a ritual that must be completed. On Solstheim, you will find the 6 standing stones, each representing one of the 6 gifts of the Allmaker. At each of these stones, a ritual must be completed. Once the ritual of gifts is complete, the oneness should be restored.
Tell me about the ritual.
It would be too much for any not of the Skull to remember. Here, take this. It will explain the rituals and guide you on your way. This book may be of some use to you as well. If you wish to remain with the Skull, you should understand our beliefs.
Can you tell me more about the oneness?
There's a careful balance that lies in all things of this world. The animals, the trees, even the rocks and the winds. It is a harmony that the Skal draw power from. By the grace of the Allmaker, he who gave us these gifts, when the balance is upset, our power is lessened.
Alright, let's catch up on the notes.
I found the Nord village. The people here have told me to speak to Tharstan Heartfang, their leader in the Great Hall. Tharstan Heartfang says that he knows nothing about the attack on Fort Frostmoth and that the creatures that attacked the fort were not normal wolves. Tharstan Heartfang seemed pleased with my gift of the Skull. He was willing to allow me to remain with the Skull for a time. Heartfang is clearly angry with the Imperial's presence on the island. He believes that they have no respect for the land or the creatures on it. He also believes that they are responsible for the dwindling power of the Skull's powerful nature magic. He spoke of how the Imperials have disrupted the oneness of the land, the balance that lies in all living things. Heartfang tells me that I will need to atone for the mistakes of the Imperials. He wishes for me to perform a ceremony to restore the Skull's original power. I should speak with Korst Windeye to learn more about this. Windeye is in the Shaman's Hut. Windeye tells me that there are 6 standing stones on the island of Solstheim, each representing one of the 6 gifts of the Allmaker. In order for me to perform the ceremony that Heartfang wishes, I will need to visit each of these stones and perform a ritual. Windeye has given me a scroll that shows the location of each of the standing stones, as well as a book that gives the history of the Skull's beliefs. I should investigate these stones if I am to restore the power to the Skull.
Alright, I'm just going to update my notes. Let's read the skull. Alright, so the beast stone looks like it's at the edge of the river, or the lake. Tree stone just off the path on the way back to the fort. Sunstone seems to be near the fort. And then the water stone and the earth stone are out of the way. So what about this book?
Sit quietly, child, and listen to this, for the story I tell you is a story of the ages. But what is it, grandfather? Is it a story of heroes and beasts? The grandfather looked patiently at the child. He was growing into a fine boy. Soon he would see the value in the stories, the lessons that were taught to each generation. Just listen, child. Let the story take root in your heart. It was in a time before now, long before now, when the Skal were new, there was a peace in the land. The sun was hot, and the crops grew long, and the people were happy in the peace that the Allmaker provided. But the Skal grew complacent and lazy, and they took for granted the lands and all the gifts the Allmaker had given them. They forgot, or chose not to remember, that the adversary is always watching, and that he delights in tormenting the Allmaker and his chosen people. And so it was that the adversary came to be among the Skal. The adversary has many aspects. He appears in the unholy beasts and the incurable plague. At the end of seasons, we will know him as Thartag, the world devourer, but in these ages he came to be known as the Greedy Man. The Greedy Man, this is what we call him, for to speak his name would certainly bring ruin on the people, lived among the Skal for many months. Perhaps he was once just a man, but when the adversary entered into him, he became the Greedy Man, and that is how he is remembered. It came to be one day that the powers of the Skal left them. The strength of the arms of the warriors and the shaman could no longer summon the beasts to their side. The elders thought that surely the Allmaker was displeased, and that some suggest that the Allmaker had left them forever. It was then that the Greedy Man appeared to them and spoke. You of the Skal have grown fat and lazy. I have stolen the gifts of your Allmaker. I have stolen the ocean, so you will forever know thirst. I have stolen the lands and the trees and the sun, so your crops will wither and die. I have stolen the beasts, so that you will grow hungry. I have stolen the wind, so that you will live without the spirit of the Allmaker. And until one of you can reclaim these gifts, the skull will live in misery and despair, for I am the greedy man, and that is my nature. And then the greedy man disappeared. The members of the skull spoke for many days and nights. They knew that one of them must retrieve the gifts of the Allmaker, but they could not decide who it should be. I cannot go, said the elder, for I must stay to lead the skull and tell our people what is the law. I cannot go, said the warrior, for I must protect the skull. My sword will be needed in case the greedy man reappears. I cannot go, said the shaman, for the people need my wisdom. I must read the portents and offer my knowledge. It was then that a young man called Avar lifted his voice. He was strong of arm and fleet of foot, and though he was not yet a warrior of the skull. I will go, said Avar, and the skull laughed. Hear me out, the boy continued. I am not yet a warrior, so my sword will not be needed. I cannot read the portents, and so the people will not seek my counsel. And I am young, and not yet wise in the ways of the law. I will retrieve the gifts of the Allmaker from the greedy man. If I cannot, I will not be missed. The skull thought on this briefly and decided to let Avar go. He left the village the next morning to retrieve the gifts. Avar first set out to retrieve the gift of water, so he traveled to the Waterstone. It was there that the Allmaker first spoke to him. Travel west to the sea and follow the swimmer to the waters of life. So Avar walked the edge of the ocean, and from there was the swimmer, a black horker, sent from the Allmaker. The swimmer dove into the waters and swam very far and far again. Avar was strong, though, and he swam hard. He followed the swimmer to a cave, swimming deeper and deeper, his lungs burning and his limbs exhausted. At last he found a pocket of air, and there, in the dark, he found the waters of life. Gathering his strength, he took the waters and swam back to the shore. Upon returning to the Waterstone, the Allmaker spoke. You have returned the gift of water to the skull. The oceans again will bear fruit, and their thirsts will be quenched. Avar then traveled to the Earthstone, and there the Allmaker spoke to him again. Enter the cave of the hidden music, and hear the song of the earth. So Avar traveled north and east to the cave of the hidden music, and he found himself in a large cavern where the rocks hung from the ceiling and grew from the ground itself. He listened there and heard the song of the earth, but it was faint. Grabbing up his mace, he struck the rocks of the floor in time with the song, and the song grew louder until it filled the cavern and his heart. He returned to the Earthstone. The gift of the earth is with the skull again, said the Allmaker. The lands are rich again and will bear life. Avar was tired. As the sun burned him, the trees offered no shade. There was no wind to cool him. Still, he traveled on to Beast Rock, and the Allmaker spoke. Find the good beast and ease his suffering. Avar traveled through the woods of the Inosphere for many hours until he heard the cries of a bear from over the hill. As he crested a hill, he saw the bear, a falmer's arrow piercing its neck. He checked the woods for the falmer, for that is what they were, although some say they are not. And finding none, he approached the beast. He spoke soothing words and came upon it slowly, saying, Good beast, I mean you no harm. The Allmaker has sent me to ease your suffering. Hearing these words, the beast ceased his struggles and laid his head at Avar's feet. Avar grasped the arrow and pulled it from the bear's neck. Using a little nature magic that he knew, Avar tended to the wound, though it took the last bit of his strength. As the bear's wound closed, Avar slept. When he awoke, the bear stood over him, and the remains of a number of falmer were strewn about. He knew that the good bear had protected him during the night. He traveled back to the Beast Rock, the bear by his side, and the Allmaker spoke to him again. You've returned the gift of the beasts. Once again, the good beasts will feed the skull when they are hungry, clothe them when they are cold, and protect them in times of need. Avar's strength had returned, and so he traveled on to the tree stone, though the good beast did not follow him. When he arrived, the Allsfather spoke to him. The first trees are gone and must be replanted. Find the seed and plant the first tree. Avar traveled again through the Hairstrang forest, searching for the seeds of the first tree, but he could find none. Then he spoke to the tree spirits, the living trees. They told him that the seeds had been stolen by one of the falmer, for they were the servants of the adversary, and this falmer was hiding them deep in the forest so that none would ever find them. Avar traveled to the deepest part of the forest, and there he found the evil falmer, surrounded by the lesser tree spirits. Avar could see that the spirits were in his thrall, and he had used the magic of the seeds and spoken their secret name. Avar knew that he could not stand against such a force, and that he must retrieve the seeds in secret. Avar reached into his pouch and drew out his flint. Gathering leaves, he started a small fire outside the clearing where the falmer had ensorcelled spirits milled. All the skull know of the spirits' hatred of fires, for fires ravage the trees that they serve. At once, the nature of the spirits took hold, and they rushed to quell the flames. During the commotion, Avar snuck behind the Falmer and snatched the pouch of seeds, stealing away before the evil being knew that they were gone. When Avar returned to the tree stone, he planted the tree in the ground, and the Allmaker spoke to him. The gifts of the trees is restored. Once again, the trees and plants will bloom and grow and provide nourishment and shade. Avar was tired, for the sun would only burn, and the winds would not yet cool him. But he rested briefly in the shade of the trees. His legs were weary and his eyes heavy, but he continued on, traveling to the Sunstone. Again, the Allmaker spoke. The gentle warmth of the sun is stolen, so now it only burns. Free the sun from the halls of the Penumbra. And so Avar walked west over the frozen lands until he reached the halls of Penumbra. The air inside was thick and heavy, and he could see no further than the end of his arm. Still, he felt his way along the walls, though he had heard the shuffling of feet and knew that this place held unholy beasts who would tear his flesh and eat his bones. For hours he crept along until he saw a faint glow far from at the end of the hall. There, from behind a sheet of perfect ice, came a glow so bright that he had to shut his eyes, lest they be forever blinded. He plucked the flaming eye from one of the unholy beasts and threw it at the ice with all his might. A small crack appeared in the ice and then grew larger. Slowly, the light crept out between the cracks, widening them, splitting the ice wall into pieces. With a deafening crack, the wall crumbled, and the light rushed over Avar and through the halls. He heard the shrieks of the unholy beasts as they were blinded and burned. He ran out of the halls, following the light, and collapsed on the ground outside. When he was able to rise again, the sun again warmed him, and he was glad for that. He traveled back to the Sunstone, where the Allmaker spoke to him. The gift of the sun is skulls once again. It will warm them and give them light. Avar had one final gift he had to recover, the gift of the winds, and so he traveled to the Windstone, far on the western coast of the island. When he arrived, the Allmaker spoke to him, giving him his final task. Find the greedy man and release the wind from its captivity. So Avar wandered the lands in search of the greedy man. He looked in the trees, but the greedy man did not hide there, nor did he hide near the oceans or the deep caves, and the beasts had not seen him in the dark forests. Finally, Avar came to a crooked house, and he knew that there he would find the greedy man. "Who are you?" shouted the greedy man, "that you would come to my house?" "I am Avar of the Skull," said Avar. I am not a warrior, shaman, or elder. If I do not return, I will not be missed. But I have returned the oceans and the earth, the trees, the beasts, and the sun, and I will return the winds to my people, that we may feel the spirit of the Allmaker in our souls again. And with that, he grabbed the greedy man's bag and tore it open. The winds rushed out with a gale force, sweeping the greedy man up and carrying him off far away from the island. Avar breathed in the winds, and he was glad. He walked back to the Windstone, where the Allmaker spoke to him a final time. "You've done well, Avar. You, the least of the Skull, have returned my gifts to them. The greedy man is gone for now, and should not trouble your people again in your lifetime. Your Allmaker is pleased. Go now, and live according to your nature." And Avar started back to the Skull village. "And then what happened, grandfather?" "What do you mean, child? He went home." "No, when he returned to the village," the child continued. "Was he made a warrior, or taught the ways of the shaman? Did he lead the Skull in battle?" "I do not know. This is where the story ends," said the grandfather. "But that's not an ending. This is not how stories end." The old man laughed and got up from his chair. "Is it not?"
You were to perform the ritual of the gifts. I hope your way has been easy.
I mean, I just started, but... Wait a minute.
"Dearest Brander, I decided to take a walk on the banks of the Islid. The river is so beautiful at this time of year, don't you think? Come find me, and we shall talk about the future and freedom from your shrew of a wife."
Was it Braun Road?
What is it that you ask of the skull?
Start with spells. I don't suppose you buy soul gems, no. Alright, decent start. I can't believe I forgot that guy's name already. Brandon. I really don't think there's any other buildings in the area here, but well, shows what I know.
What is it that you ask of the skull?
I don't suppose you can tell me where I can find Brander's place.
If your weapons and armor are in need of repair, speak with Snebnir the smith. You'll find him in his house, usually. If it's a disease you got, Brunard the Roarer may be able to help.
Well met.
What is it that you ask of the skull?
Mostly just trade.
Yeah, we'll work with it. Alright, well I was hoping to get some rest, but this doesn't quite seem like the sort of place where I'll be able to do that, so let's do as much of this scroll as we can. So if I head straight to the east, I should be able to get the Windstone.
Face death. Ugh.
So I'm going to wait on a bear before I do the soul trap. So it's definitely on the other side. I don't think there's going to be a bridge. Oh, you know what? I'm bad. That'll be on the map. Maybe not. If there is a bridge, it's not marked on the map. But the least I can do for myself is minimize the amount of time in the water. Gently. No! Alright, now kind of getting off course, but again with the snowstorm it's really hard to see my objective. You know what, at this point, well, it was worth worth a try. It's now day, so... There's a couple of suggesting looking markings on the map, but nothing that nothing I'd put too much faith in. Oh, here we are.
As I approached the windstone, I saw magical writing appear on its surface. It read, "Travel south to the south and east to the Lake of Ice to Clenchul's tomb, and free the winds from the greedy man's bag."
Come on, fight!
Well, at least it's cleared up a bit. I gotta see if there's a way for me to get back to the... yeah, I gotta get to the other side of this river if I want to get to the lake. At this point, it's pretty much due east. I'll never know where that voice came from.
You will die where you stand!
Alright, so I have the stone as well as whatever quest. Read your letter. Alright, so clearly I went too far here. The Beast Stone would be on the easternmost part of the map. Well, of the river, I mean. So I sort of feel it should be somewhere around here. It's also possible it doesn't show itself while I've got a quest ongoing. Alright, I guess my next best is to the next step is to find Clenchul's tomb. Wait a minute. If the wind's supposed to be on the west side. Yeah, the placement of all of this is a bit odd. Caves. Clearly I missed something there. They might be underwater, but it's as a last resort. Okay. Bad advice. Not able to get out of here now. I question this design choice. Let me out. Wasted magicka, but there you have it. Alright, so I suppose second best, I'm gonna try and find this, this stone. So yeah, it seems clear to me that the beast stone should be here. It looks like there's an odd shadow just over on that. The problem is the beast stone seems to be pretty clearly beside the river, which would sort of imply that it goes here. Alright, so in the meantime, I'll try and clear out some parts of the map to see if I can find this tomb.
It's odd because I've pretty clearly been to a lot of these areas. I don't think this is the right one. It does seem like my impressions. It does seem like there is something here, though. So it's possible I need something to melt ice with. And if that's true, that probably explains the caves thing as well. And so if that's true, then it means that there's a specific order in which things need to be done. That's maybe not so surprising. But it does mean that I should be able to... It does mean I should be able to do more than one stone. Good for practice. One less item for my inventory. I probably should have checked to see whether or not the stones show up on the map.
Intruder, who dares venture so deeply into the halls of Rimhull? The mantle of woe is mine, do you hear? I have claimed it, the robe and its power. Behold the vestments I now wear. When I read the old stories and had to learn the truth, could it be that an item of such grand magicka lay so close to hand in the caves beneath my very village? I could contain my eagerness no longer, and jumped into the well. I braved Rimhull's dangers, and at last my efforts were rewarded. Soon the dead shall walk, and Time of the Dark shall lead them.
You're insane, Time Vault. You must die as all evil should.
Evil, you say, self-righteous fool? Spare me your sanctimonious lecturing. There is no good in the world save which we give ourselves. But enough talk. I will show you the true meaning of power.
Fool. I'm leaving.
Wow. I've never seen myself destroy a shield like that before. That was really neat. Alright, so we're at the point where I need to start loading up on Magicka. Oh, well, that was unexpected. I'll leave it be. Alright, let's get back to that river. I'm a dummy.
and truly off the path. Alright, I guess one more magic potion. I feel a little foolish doing this given the fact that I don't think there's going to be anything new that I discover. But I suppose the biggest, I could do like a big search around this area. There it is.
Travel south, find the good beast, and ease its suffering.
That I can do. That's actually something I'm willing to do a few more rounds of Caius's Brawn for. I'd love to do the tree stone, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. Just, ah! I thought those were friendly.
Come across a bear being attacked by reeklings. I've defeated the reeklings attacking the bear. This bear, however, is still wounded. It looks as though it has been pierced by a reekling arrow that will need to be removed. I've removed the reekling arrow from the bear, but it is still injured. I should attempt to heal it or stay with it until it is well. The bear is fully healed from its wounds. I should return to the beast stone. It seems the good beast would like to return there with me.
Alright, well now I have to do the extra rounds of Caius's Brawn. That or I could do the potions, but no need. The more of these 0.6 weight restore magicas I can get rid of, the better. Oh, come on. Its facial expression is consistent with its AI. Unbelievable. Come on, I believe in you. Stop! Where are you going? It should be somewhere in this area. There we go.
As I approached the beast stone, it began to glow with a magical light. I have completed the gift of beasts ritual.
Alright, let me get out of here.
You've ascended to level 50. The results of hard work and dedication always look like luck to saps, but you know that you've earned every ounce of your success.
And fortunately, we only have 3 possible stats to upgrade. actually, before I do void salts, these are good for resist magicka. So I can finally get rid of some of these ash salts. Alright, anything for fortify speed? I think those would be the wolf pelts. Yeah. I don't think I have any more abilities that I really want here. I'm gonna set aside the bear pelts because it will be useful later. Alright, so let's see if we can get rid of some bone meal. Sure. I guess Holly's the next big one. Saltreese is up next. Although I've probably gotten rid of most of the stuff that's useful here. Either drain strength or restore fatigue. Yeah, I don't think the rest of this is going to work out. Why not? Oh, this still is over. Alright, there's a few documents I can get rid of. I'll hang on to these. I think it's fairly clear I'm not going to find a buyer for the glass one. Now the tough one for me is to sort out what's going on with my gems. Again, I'll try and make some change if I can. Alright, for now, let's see what I can get away with selling.
A warm welcome to you. Yes, Outlander. How do you do?
Tidings done.
Excuse me, Sarah, but you're the Nair of Arene and a big hero. I don't really know how to talk to important folk like you except to say thank you, Sarah, for everything.
Alright. So the idea here is to try and get some materials for Restore Magicka, Fortify Strength, or Fortify Speed. I don't exactly need more void salts, but and then of course the rest of this is just selling off to offset the costs here. Oh, wait. That's still useful.
An adventurer, I presume. must say I find you most interesting right now.
All right.
Please go ahead.
So I'll see if I can get some hammers. $2,000. I could probably got away with more, but no need.
Welcome, friend. You're nearly a legend around here. Please, talk.
Alright, I'm trying to remember. I think I'm trying to... if I can, buy back. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of... or no, I'm trying to make as much change as I can, I suppose. So if I want to buy these two... I'm gonna have to do it this way.
Hail, friend.
It's worth a shot.
And how are you?
I should have remembered this. I could have sold that to the other merchant. Okay. I'm trying to remember if there's any reason I got the Flame Eater robe other than it seemed like something I could pick up. So I'll be able to pay them in soul gems, sure, but I have other things that I can sell off first. Am I really down to the... I guess so. There we go.
Greetings, friend. Walk with me.
Alright, so there's a little bit of work that needs to get done in terms of the values, I think. Yeah, it's like about a 300. Did I just vanish the... Oh, here it is. Okay, clearly I don't know how this... Not even close. Should I even try to make this balance out? So here I'm working with 1,000s. I think 1,000's all the way down. I don't mind taking the time on this again because I sort of disrupted the balance and I have a little bit of a plan in terms of how I'm going to do change and whatnot. But I'm hoping I won't do this, at least this comprehensively, every broadcast. Alright, so if I can, wolves for that thing. Oh, obviously I did this wrong. So, all 4200s. I see why I made the mistake. It was the 1200 that I got wrong. Okay, not ideal, but I can live with a slight turn in the tower. Alright. Once more. And it looks like it's all 82. Alright, 9,000's the highest value. No! I'm picking up too many now. Alright. We can rebuild. Not that way. are a lot more difficult to place than they used to be. There we are. There's this nice little spot, but once you start moving, it's a little harder to find. Come on. There we go. Alright, I believe that is all the gems. Or soul stones. Soul gems. Fine. Just want to double check. Yeah. Wanted to make sure I wasn't eating into the vampire dust that I want to keep in reserve. Ready to go out. Oh, I'll drop off a few things that I don't think no, I should be able to sell this Mantle of Woe. Clearly not. I think I'm hanging on to these because I might actually need their abilities. Alright, the rest of it I feel okay about.
I am never too busy.
You're in good company, friend.
Daldron, please. So here I'll start by checking out the Sunstone. And then from that, I think we'll just work our way around. Cool, please.
Where would you like to go?
I hope this is the right. Nope, I'm wrong. Going the wrong way.
Yes, Outlander. How do you do?
To Solstheim, please. I'm trying to think. I should be able to sell something at the fort. That was worth a try.
I've got nothing more to say.
The pleasure is all
Stuck
mine.
here. Forever. I'll die.
Got any work for me yet?
What is it, clerk? Is this about your current assignment? I personally don't have anything for you, but I understand Falco is having some sort of problem out at the site. Doesn't surprise me in the least. Go out there and see what's going on, will you?
About time.
So I will after checking out the
Stay.
stone near Fort Frostmoth. So unless I'm losing it, should be Sunstone just to the north. I'll even verify on the map. Oh, actually, sorry, just slightly up and to the right from the... Okay, that's good. I actually would have wasted a lot of time doing that. I'll still check it out, but it's not as close as I thought. Wolves and bears are fair game. Everything else I should probably just leave alone for the next little bit. Trying to find out what made that noise.
Give in.
Okay, so it looks like it's sort of in a clearing.
As I approached the sun shrine, the magical writing appeared on its surface and said, "Go to the west and free the warm sun from the halls of Penumbra."
Well, I was heading west anyway, so... Halls of Penumbra are another matter, though I have no idea where that's going to be. It does look like this is specifically designed to guide me, though. Okay. This could not possibly be more obvious. Pretty sure I've been here already.
I've entered the halls of Penumbra, which is seemingly devoid of light.
I don't remember what kind of value I get from gems. I don't remember what kind of gems I get from these guys, so I'm just gonna run through. I also need to remember to bring another weapon next time. So we only have 10 points left for blunt weapon. Probably a short sword of some kind would be best. Just so I can get the speed up. I don't think there's any weapons that boost luck. deal with that later. I'm gonna deal with that now. I come in peace. Ah, this is what a growl is. So I know I gotta throw it against the ice.
I found a bright glowing object behind a wall of ice. This must be what I was sent to recover.
But last time, I remember I tried to set the Dwemer charges.
Would you like to throw the flaming eye at the wall?
Yes. I let it go, right?
I've shattered the wall and freed the warmth of the sun. I should return to the Sunstone.
I think it's been a while since I've done a proper save, so... And I have a feeling we're coming up to some spots where I'm gonna potentially have crashes. I'm not that far from Raven Rock, so... Let's see what they want before I go too much further. While I'm at it. Yeah, tree stones nowhere nearby.
Die where you stand!
Riverbone Walker right away. Come on. No! No! Okay, didn't lose any strength. Alright, so at this point it's harvesting wolves.
Hello, Caius. Are you here on assignment, or did you just stop by?
Assignment.
Confound it all. I had hoped that Carnius wouldn't catch wind of our situation. I had things under control until recently. It's this crazy Nord, Hraldar the Strange, we've taken to calling him. He's been hanging around for a while, ranting about how we're ruining the land, and if we don't stop, we'll incur the wrath of nature itself. He was simply a nuisance, but now it's apparent that we have to get rid of him.
What do you mean by get rid of him?
I'm sure that Carnius just wants him killed. Anything standing between Carnius and his prophet deserves a death warrant so far as he's concerned. But I can't be that harsh. I feel sorry for the poor man. It's clear his own people have abandoned him, although I can certainly understand why. I ask that you don't hurt him, Caius. Try to reason with him. Failing that, come back and talk to me and we can work something out. I have no idea where he came from. It wasn't a problem until now. Annoying, yes, but nothing that kept us from getting our work done. I want him out of here before he starts spooking the men. You'll not infect me with your devilry, Dark Elf. I am here to defend nature, and I'll do so at any cost. Now be gone.
I have a feeling this could go wrong.
Is he really that stubborn? Fine, I don't have time for this. We need to get in there and finish our work. You have my permission to rough him up a little bit. Bare fists only, no weapons, no spells. Are we clear? I want him to understand that he's not welcome here, and I don't want him dead.
Not very good at hand-to-hand combat.
What? You're kidding me, right? You honestly don't know how to throw a punch? Well, that certainly doesn't speak very highly of you, now does it? Go learn something about it, why don't you? Or use some sort of magic shenanigans to help yourself out. Really, I'm not here to hold your hand. Take some initiative, Caius. Sent you to talk me out of this, have they? Those devils won't get rid of me so easily. Talk all you like, Dark Elf. The curse I place on you will be all the more painful for it.
You'll not infect me with your devilry. I am here to defend nature, and I'll do so at any cost. Now be gone.
I guess I just throw the
You'll not
punch.
infect me with your devilry. I am here to defend nature, and I'll do so at any cost. Now be gone.
I'll not give in to you. Cease this violence before you bring death and destruction on yourself.
Do any of you know how to fight? Oh, well, here's my practice. I'm wondering if it might be better to just take the boat back to Vardenfell to train up. Oh, drat.
Arg!
Sorry, I just have to deal with a quick message. Alright, sorry about that.
No, don't eat the skin, for God's sake. You don't know where it's been.
We're having a conversation while I'm trying to beat him up. So I think the idea here is that I'm supposed to be damaging his fatigue with hand-to-hand, and the fact it's taking me so long to hit might actually be allowing him to refresh enough. I wonder if I have any kind of Alright, you know what? I think at this point I will find a trainer. Obviously, I'll deal with whatever the stones throw at me first. What time is it? I mean, it wouldn't be a terrible time for me to go back to Vardenfell, seeing as it's night, but let's at least deal with the sun, and then we'll see where the others sit.
I've completed the Gift of the Sun ritual.
Alright, so we've dealt with the Windstone. No, we still need to do the Windstone. Beast Stone, I should probably check to see this Tree Stone. And then the Earth and Water Stone, I think, are for a future visit. Let's try and at least get the tree done.
Now this is fighting.
All right, let's take a look where I am at. It's about halfway between the lake and the figure if I can get on a high spot, I should be able to see the stone. I thought wrong. Should be in this area, though. So it's between the two rivers. If I go any further than that, I've gone too far. Ah, busted. wish I could zoom in on this map. So where am I? I'm just taking a look at the printed map. It seems like it does a fairly good job of pointing out where the stones are, but it looks like the tree stone is an exception. It's also very low resolution. So, I don't feel great about it, but I think I'm gonna take a look at the grove. On the odd chance that that's, no, actually that looks kind of encouraging. Maybe not. Alright, so I should be going northeast if I wanted to follow the general instruction. Hang on. Nope, it looks like it's just due east of the grove. So I want to make sure that I'm back in the right spot. This should be good for a soul gem. Hey, light armor at 100. So I suppose the question now is how badly do I want to advance other skills? I do have a set of medium armor I can try. So I don't feel, if I'm coming from the grove, I don't feel like I should have to go over a hill. Okay. Is that really it? I'm just trying to look at some landmarks on the map. Alright, I'll leave that for another time. But apparently to the right of that, there should be... Okay, nope, then it's probably up here. And if it's not, I'm gonna go crazy.
You should have picked an easier opponent.
Alright, so this is the other one that I'm allowing for. And then again, due east, there should be some kind of a... There it is.
Journal has been updated. The first trees are gone. Travel east and find the one who has stolen the seeds. Beware, he who has the seeds controls the trees. Plant the first anew.
This is one of mine, right? Did I really just lose my shield? Oh boy. I just want to leave the guy. Leave me alone. Oh, there's nothing to loot. Let's just start.
I recovered the seeds from the Reekling. There was a clearing northwest of the tree stone where they might be planted.
I wouldn't have taken out all the Spriggans if I didn't think there would be loot, but I suppose it's a bit easier.
You call this fighting? Where exactly is this clearing supposed to be? Ah, busted. Alright. Now it's 4.
Alright, let's try this again.
Would you like to plant the strange seeds in the fertile soil?
Yes.
I have planted the seeds. I should return to the tree stone. I've completed the Gift of Trees ritual.
How does it feel to know death is near?
Alright, this is probably a bit of a premature recall, but I need to get some training. You know what, I'm just gonna hang on to all this. Although here's a question. So my glass armor gives me, let's say, 166 from the helm. Yeah, not even close.
I must say I find you most interesting right now. Please go ahead.
What did I do?
Welcome, Dunmer. Let's set aside our differences and talk, shall we?
There we go.
I'd be happy to talk. My pleasure, really.
Please enjoy the montage music.
I must say I find...
Please join me.
I'm gonna make a quick run to the other guilds just in case there's more knowledge. But there was something I wanted to do here, right? Repairs. Hello, Maisleen. Vivek, please.
Greetings to you. A pleasure to meet you.
I've
Share your
missed these
thoughts,
moments.
friend. I enjoy the company.
Obviously you do.
Nothing's keeping you.
Alright, I did, I may not be very popular here, now that I think of it.
What did I do to deserve this honor?
You have great understanding. Welcome.
This is a wondrous encounter. Welcome. This is a wondrous encounter.
A sincere welcome to you.
Pleasure is all mine.
I guess they're cool with the new administration. Alright, no luck there. I guess it's Alderaan.
Share your thoughts, friend.
How fare thee, friend?
Fighters Guild apparently is as bad at hand-to-hand as I am. Much more than that's worth.
Speak freely.
Alright, well, apparently that's as far as I can go with hand-to-hand at the moment. It's better than what I had before. So let's try to cool, please.
Where would you like to go?
Alright, it's fight night. I could have dropped off my soul gems now that I think of it. I'm not even sure where I'd wind up starting with the fellow in the white hat. we've been to a couple of the snowy areas and haven't really been able to find any obvious leads. That's something I'll worry about later, though. I see I was ineffective as before.
I'll not give in to you. Cease this violence before you bring death and destruction on yourself.
I didn't press space on that. That was the game prompting it.
Ow! Okay, I'll go away. Just stop hitting me and give me a minute to collect myself. I promise I'll be gone next time you come back. Oh, that's gonna leave such a bruise. I beat Haraldar the Strange into submission. He agreed to stop blocking the mine and leave the colonists alone. Good work, Caius. I appreciate you not being too harsh with him. Things can get back on track now, and not a minute too soon. Take this news to Carnius, will you? And here, take this. It's not much, but I'd like to reward those that can follow orders.
I won't bother finding the other stones right now. We'll see if there's other tasks that I can do for the East Empire Company first. If I can find a way to sort of do things through the natural course of duties, it's just a little bit more efficient and keeps me from walking all over the place. Right, so unless I got something for a petty soul gem, I probably said that before and I forgot. Okay, so, turn in with the East Empire Company. I suppose if there's nothing else for me to do with them, then I will head out to the far west for the remaining stones. What I think will probably happen there is I will also try and do the ship.
Well met, friend.
What is it, clerk? Is this about your current assignment? So it's been dealt with. Shame that you just didn't kill him outright, but fair enough. As long as work can continue. Good job, clerk.
Let's talk about a promotion.
Very well now. You're Caius, steward of the East Empire Company.
Another one.
You've got the qualifications, but you haven't done enough to prove to me that you're ready. Complete another assignment or two, and then we'll talk. There's no work for you right now, steward. Check back in a few days.
Fair enough. So realistically, how far away is this thing? Yeah, it's a bit of a walk. All right, I know the last couple of sessions have been an extra hour, but I think especially with the hour, what hour it is here, I need to call it an evening. So thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next week.